Hello, my name is Adam and welcome to UK Theme Parks, and yes, we are on our northern trip, and yes, we are at a theme park, and we're at a theme park we haven't been to since 2013 when we came up for the opening of Hero, which is just over in the background now, the little flying coaster. Not everyone's favourite, but we're quite keen to try it out again. And for you?
Yeah.
You don't remember any of this, do you?
No.
So he was little then, he hasn't been on any of the big rides here, he certainly doesn't even remember coming to the park. And of course Flamingo Land, you know, went through a couple of years of rough period, and to be fair, we just kind of visited like Water Valley, but we're up here in the north and we thought, right, we're coming to Flamingo Land. We haven't been for 5 years and here we come. Right in front of us now has completely changed already. So they used to have a wave swinger there. It wasn't a very good wave swinger actually. You used to enter the park, used to be a wave swinger there. I remember it having lots of chains missing and everything. It's not there anymore, and we have the show area. Now we've heard and seen amazing things about this show, so we absolutely can't wait to watch the show later. We're going to watch the show, aren't we, Cody? Yeah. Of course, we've got the boys with us. The other one's gone to the toilet. You know, whatever he feels like doing. And of course you want to try out and we want to try out. I love Mumbo Jumbo. I think Mumbo Jumbo is a cracking ride, and I really like Velocity as well. And of course you've got the other coasters in Kamali. You've got Hero, you've got a little spinning coaster, you've got the Zoom as well, plus a couple of other little coasters around. Actually there's quite a lot of coasters here. In flat rides you've got the Navigator, which wasn't great, but you know, we like a good disco ride, so we'll be getting on that one. And of course Flip Flop. And now we've been looking to try and find exactly what's happening with Flip Flop, because you know, we covered it on our news last year that it used to be seating all the way around, and now apparently it's in sections, and we've not seen any pictures or anything of it since. No up-to-date videos, nothing. So we're going to head over to Flip Flop and see exactly what it's like. But are you ready, Cody?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to?
Hero.
You're looking forward to Hero?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's looking forward to Hero. It's going to be a bit disappointing. Let's get into the park. We're definitely catching the show later as well. We want to catch the show, so we'll definitely catch the show later. And you want to go on a cycle monorail as well, don't you? Yeah. Which is right behind us here. So lots to do, lots to do. The Runaway Mine Train, there is a Velocity. Can't wait for Velocity later. Can't wait for that ride, but it's not the first one we're heading to. Where are we heading first? Brilliant. Kat, where are we heading first?
Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo. Do you remember it? You've been on it.
All I remember is queuing a long time for it.
Yeah, we did queue a long time for it, to be fair. It was it is a summer day today, but we're kind of in the middle of the day. We rocked over there, and yeah, really, really long. Oh, it looks really good. I really think it looks good. It just wasn't, but we'll see. It might have changed. You've got to give it the benefit of the doubt, and you haven't been on it. No. So we've got to give it the benefit of the doubt. So Hero is on the list to do, but not first thing. So many people last year were asking us about the Formula 1, when it was opening, what's happening with it, and it opened about a year ago today, and here it is. I have to say it looks a lot bigger in person than it did on the pictures that we've seen, but Mumbo Jumbo over the back here, that's where we're heading to first. Definitely coming back to this as well.
In a way, it's possible.
I love this first drop. I love that first drop. So, what's the steepest roller coaster in the world at 127 degrees on the 4th of July 2009? Actually beat Soar, believe it or not, down in Fort Park, so we're getting straight on.
It's rattle. Oh, giraffe. Can't see him.
We hit Mumbo Jumbo over there. It was a bit of a half-hour queue for it. Only runs 3 trains now. I'm sure it used to run 5. One of them was labelled 4, so it's got at least 4 trains, but only 3 trains running. You know, when it holds 4 people, it's quite a long queue. It was quite a long queue, and you got fast pass on top of that as well. Although not oversold, probably sold too much for a ride that size. But anyway, we love Mumbo Jumbo, and honestly, you know, it's intense without being uncomfortable. Kind of throws you around a bit. Nothing too, you know, out of the ordinary, but the way the curves go around the edges and the way the kind of the inclines go, you know, completely different to anything else you'll ride in the UK. You know, going on the outside of the track and then coming back, spacing in. There's a lot of hang time on the inversion as well, and of course the drop is madness. I know it's got a brake on. It used to be the world record holder, but It's not anymore, but it has got a brake on, but you don't really notice it. You get thrown around that first corner so quickly, and it's such a jolt to come in and go down there. Just fantastic. Really, really, really enjoyed it. Your second time, Kurt, what do you think?
That was good.
It was good.
Yeah, was.
Brilliant. Cody, what did you think? It's your first time on it.
Yeah, it was really good.
What didn't you like? He loved it all. Loved it all. See, absolutely loved it all. I will say the restraints, because it's got very similar restraints to what Slammer had, because obviously it's the same S&S type ride. And yeah, I don't miss those shoulder restraints. I really don't. And I think it can probably run with lap bars just like Slammer could have as well. But obviously safety first with that, and that's the way they do it. We've then moved over to Kamali, and I've said before, and I'll say again, easily the smoothest SLC that we have in the country. I find it much smoother than Odyssey. I obviously find it a lot smoother than Infusion, which I think is the worst. And you know, it's a nice, simple, quick layout. It's about a 50-second ride, nothing major. I do wish it again had 2 trains. It doesn't have 2 trains for whatever reason, and I do wish it had a slightly faster lift hill. But once on it, it's got quite a lot of padding. Yeah, no arguments, no arguments. Good few inversions, got some nice transition periods. There are one or two head banging moments, which quite honestly you expect from that kind of ride. I have to say, you do expect it from that kind of ride. My only criticism will be they wouldn't let us sit at the front, so we did take a POV of it, but it might mainly see seat. We'll see. I'm going to add it in anyway because GoPro's got quite a wide lens. Hopefully you get a bit of something as we go around the corner, but we'll see. We will see. We've got your POV of Mumbo Jumbo, and then we've just been on the pirate ship behind us here. Just about to see it through the trees. That's Voodoo. Now then, that's actually had some modifications as well. So where we've seen the ones at the Merlin parks have the modifications with gates added on one side, and this have it one side only loading. This one's gone a couple of steps further. So it's had gates added on one side. It's also had 4 seat belts put in as well. So when you sit down, you put seat belts on. They're quite easily adjustable ones, really quick ones, before the lap bar comes down, and then there is a further gate the other side to keep you in, which is locked by the attendant afterwards. Still runs one attendant. Quite quick loading, to be fair, you know, compared to some of the other ones we've had, even with Jolly Rocker and Black Buccaneer. You know, still loading it really quickly with the seat belts and the other doors. And of course, you don't have to worry about one adult on each side. You can kind of sit wherever you like, sit in a 4, and yeah, nice little pirate ship. Definitely set up for the family market. It's not got the intensity of something like Bounty or Black Buccaneer. It is more like the Jolly Rocker. We're now going to have some lunch. It did take us quite a long time to do that, and we're debating on whether or not we want to go on this beast. We haven't seen it go around yet, and I can't remember what it's called. I want to say Jungle Adventure, River Adventure. Someone's going to tell me. Maybe it's got Splash in it.
Lost River Ride.
Lost River Ride. Oh, he's reading it off the sign. Look, he's cheated. Lost River Ride. I was close. I was getting there. So we're going to have something to eat. It is a scorching hot day today. We're going to get ourselves a drink. We've obviously still got 2 major roller coasters to do, plus check out Flip Flop and Navigator. It is the Wasp City around here. I don't know if you can see, they are absolutely everywhere, so we're hiding from the wasps at the same time. But let's move on. We have actually seen the Formula 1 or Flamingo 1 go round. I have to say, I was expecting something really, really quick from that. Really, like a little bit racy-like. And it just seems to be like the Grand Prix at Blackpool. And if that's the case, that's really disappointing because it takes up a massive space. When we go back over there, it is busy over there, which is why we're kind of secluded here at the moment. We'll take you through some of the moves. Some of the rides have moved around since we last come. It may have happened a couple of years ago, we're not going to lie, because we haven't been since 2013, but we'll take you through some of the changes since we last come. Anything new, anything changed. Well, there is one ride closer there, which is the big swinging Skyflyer ride, and not only is it not open, we can't actually see it, so we're going to head over to that site as well, because obviously it's a near 200-foot tower and it's just not there. You can't, there's nothing in the skyline at all. Cliffhanger you can see over the back there. We will be getting on Cliffhanger, and of course there's an amazing zoo. Loads to do, 6 hours left. Let's crack on. So pterodactyl, as I've been told, it actually is called. I can't remember these things. It's not actually there, as you can see. You can see the base, you can see the welding company on site there. There's a lot of power blasting going on, but it's not actually there, which is a real shame because as far as sky flyers go, you know, the views that it gives over the park and everywhere else are absolutely amazing. They really, really are good, but not open. All fenced off, all scaffolded off here. Don't know what's going on with it. It's advertised that the door is being closed today, as we said, so you know it's not a surprise it's not open, but yeah, it's just not there at all. We can't get down any closer, I don't think. We might be able to walk around there. We'll see if we can get a little bit closer look, see what's going on. It is something we did want to ride today. I missed it last time, and the eldest went on it instead while I looked after Litland. So I did miss it last time, sadly, and it looks like I'm going to miss it. Well, I say looks like. We're definitely going to miss it this time. Terrified you last time, didn't it?
Don't really remember.
He doesn't remember. I can
But I
tell you
don't
now.
like them.
He doesn't like them. I can tell you now, it terrified him last time. Terrified him because of the height. But yeah, not there. So, let's move on.
Don't know how I feel about it. I don't like the sound of that already. Huh? Yeah, Ice Blast, but Ice Blast is slightly different, I think.
We've got 6 seconds there, so we should go around about now. Whoa!
Whoa! Oh, lost both rides going round.
Look at their queue for it.
Oh my life. No, I'm good.
So I hit the top quite quick then, didn't it?
Yeah, just a bit.
Jesus.
What stops it?
The magnetic brake. Wouldn't be in line with the brakes if the wheels got off. Let's try that one out then. Right, Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
What do you think? There it is.
Good.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
So we've just done Cliffhanger. Yeah, just done Cliffhanger. It kind of launches off. Now, for those that don't know, Cliffhanger used to be slightly different. It used to be able to drop, free fall drop. It used to be able to boost up. It used to be able to do both. I'm pretty sure last time you come here, it was still doing both. But now it is just a launch attraction, much like Ice Blast at Blackpool. It's probably more powerful, I'd say, than Ice Blast at Blackpool. And we reached the top, and it had an almighty bump, and we had some wonderful airtime on it. Real good fun. Just while we're walking over here, here's the Grand Prix going round.
Grand Prix, Formula 1.
Formula 1. Of course, we talked about Blackpool. I said Grand Prix.
Well, there's this going fast.
Yeah, and then here's Hero. So we're now going to do Hero, because we've been looking forward to Hero all day. We have actually bought Fast Pass for it. I will admit, we bought Fast Pass for it. It's £2 a ride here, which isn't too bad, but there's only 3 trains, and the queue is massive. So it's a bit of a Marmite. They've stopped. It's a bit of a Marmite coaster, but he hasn't done it, so we're going to get on. We're going to go on Hero. come out for opening week of Hero, and it was having a few teething problems, and we waited probably about an hour for it, to be fair. And yeah, it was a bit of a backbreaker. You know, we've said that some of the rides profilings are a bit odd. I mean, that one literally looks like it's been made in Minecraft. Really does look like it's been made in Minecraft. It's got some really odd corners, really strange profiling going around there. But I actually found it quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind it. I remember it being far rougher than what it is now. I actually didn't mind it. But what do you think?
It was alright actually.
Fun. Hero, you quite liked it, you said. You got off.
The corners are not gentle.
They're not. What do you think?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? On reflection, you don't like it? So there is no POV of Hero, because quite honestly, I have no idea where the earth I'd put the camera. You can't really hold it because of the things. I'm sure people have managed it. It would have been better to put one on my head. Would have been much better. You can't get the chest mount in. You know, the way the restraints are, I hate the restraints. Hate everything about the restraints. But actually, it wasn't a bad ride. It wasn't a bad ride at all. Now we've got Velocity behind us here. And that's what we're going to hit next. Velocity?
Yeah.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Like it?
Yeah.
Like the look?
Yeah.
Ever seen it before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Horrible.
Velocity, roller coaster extraordinaire. Oh, now I love Velocity, and I'll tell you, that's really rekindled my love for Velocity. It's the only motorbike coaster in the UK. I think there is another one in Europe now, but I think it was the first in Europe. Again, someone correct me if I'm wrong. We don't come back to Flamingo Land very often at all, but I love that ride. Really guilty pleasure ride. The seating angle I like the motorbikes. I mean, possibly the trains look a bit ugly as a whole, and I love the way it shoots off, and there's a lovely bit of air time. The brakes don't really intrude. Oh, just love it. First time, Cody, what do you think?
Really good.
Really good.
Really
You liked it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no screaming, had your hands up the whole way.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't really want to go on it.
No. I don't like it.
So Kurt's been on it
It
before,
was
and
uncomfortable.
he was like, I don't really want to go on it, which, of course, I didn't accept that, and he came on it. But you just find it
Uncomfortable.
and
And it was
uncomfortable.
rough.
He finds it rough and
Joggers.
uncomfortable, which is a real shame.
And
It's a
when it
real
launched, it
shame.
hurt my back as well.
It hurt his back when
Yeah,
it
'cause the
launched.
restraint only goes halfway your back, so then my back cracks.
Yeah, I mean, any excuse he can come up with, he's going to come up with.
Well, it was fun in a way.
He didn't like it. He didn't like it whatsoever. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now, we've got a few rides left to do. Zoom is currently closed. Not sure what's on our to-do list today. We're not sure if we've got the pedal power in our legs to go and do this, but this is where the carousel's located, just behind us now. This is where the balloons used to be. Quite honestly, I think the balloons would have been better suited here than the carousel, and the carousel may be over where we've seen it over the other side, but you know, what are we to say? What are we to say? Got a few rides left to do. We need to go up to the top Yeah, potentially. We need to go back up the top end of the park looking mucky duck, come back, and then we need to hit flip flop and a couple of the rides down here. So let's crack on. Lost it again?
No.
Why do mermaids wear seashells, eh?
Is it because the bee shells were too small?
I don't know.
Me neither.
My daddy was a greenhorn. Nothing tried to come. I'm evil. And my middle name, right? Misery. Yeah, you know me. Because I'm evil. Oh, yeah. Don't you mess around with me. What shall we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Help me! The creature's got me! I've done for well done for, there's nothing. I've got something like that, what do you all despair? Panic!
So right at the top end now by Mucky Duck Farm, you've got the Children's Planet is here, and you do have a handful of rides. I'm not sure if these rides are open for winter, they may be, but they're certainly open with the rest of the park here in the summer. Carousel, little helicopters, and the tractor ride down the back. Now then, if you want to see more of this area, head in to our zoo vlog, because we're going to do a separate zoo vlog. The reason why we're doing this is because it is open all year round, so you can visit any time, and you can come here and you can look at some of the other things on offer without watching all the theme park stuff. And indeed, if you want to see the theme park stuff, you may not want to watch this.
Go around the zoo and go and get a present for you before we go home.
That's not a smile.
I think it is.
No, it's not. Do you not smile?
That's quite disturbing, actually.
Why? I know your face is quite disturbing.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about Little Monsters?
Yep.
Really underrated dark ride this, and we nearly forgot all about it.
It's a bit random.
I love the ultraviolet.
It's a bit random, this isn't straight.
We could do a spin around that way maybe occasionally, but Dracula.
Cars.
Oh, no wonder capacity's low. Look, it came off the track. That's not even scenery, is it, really? Nor is that one.
We could do a using that. It's very
Hide. Boom. You see. So that's the farm and the Little Monster ride. I nearly forgot about Little Monsters Mischief Mansion. Someone mentioned there was a ghost train here and I thought, what are you talking about? Then we walked past and I was like, ah, yes, I remember. And you've been on that before.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
No.
Oh. What do you think of it this time?
Good.
Good? You're going to have nightmares?
No.
You better not have. What about you? It's all right. Everything's all right or good. Nothing's really special. The car doesn't turn. I don't remember the car used to turn or not. I'm probably have to look back on an old video to see whether or not it turned. Back now to the big ride, and we need to get on Flip Flop. I don't know what they've done the Flip Flop. We have walked past it. That has lost seats. I really don't know what happened last year and why that happened. But let's go and check out the ride. Try and get you a POV.
I won't be cold, wouldn't you?
So that was a quick walk through Dino Stone over there, and there's two Coaster Creds there. We've done them both before. One of them was Super Dragon, which we've actually done before it moved into Dino Land. Used to be over the other side of the park. But we did stop and do the Twistosaurus. It only just reopened, so it's pretty much walk on. They've had long queues. Everywhere's got long queues, so it's really, really busy. Now, last time we were here, the Kamikaze ride was here, and that was sent, I say sent, because they didn't actually own the park, but it was given, probably on the cheap, to Pleasure Island. In Cleethorpes, I think it's Pleasure Island, I really can't remember now, it's too hot today, but it was sent there and completely rethemed as Volta as its final season kind of massive thrill ride. And of course the park didn't last, it shut that season. I don't actually know where Volta went, but it didn't come back here, and it's been replaced with Flying Circus. I don't know whether it's supposed to fit this area, I don't know whether it's supposed to fit Dino area. Well, it's definitely not supposed to fit Dino area, but it doesn't really fit this area as well. Last time we came, Zoom here was brand new. Nice little family suspended coaster. We'll get some video of it. We're not queuing for it today, to be fair. We've been on much bigger rides and we've still got a couple of big ones to go to. But stopped in Twistosaurus. Obviously, as we said, the Skyfly is shut, so we can't go on that. So we are heading to Flip Flop.
These restraints are horrible.
Arms and legs inside.
Especially that time.
Oh my god! I don't know what to go, I feel like. It feels like we're going up.
Well, you go over 90 degrees.
Every time.
Shut up.
We have to face up every single time.
That one.
So you saw the two rides there in Splash Battle and Flip Flop. So first Splash Battle, that was the first one in the country. Obviously Alton Tales followed suit with Battle Galleons, and arguably it's slightly better themed. Splash Battle is the original one though, get just as wet, just as much going on. Lovely little volcano there as well. Really good ride on a hot day. It's actually turned a little bit windy now as we approach the end of the day. Behind us is Mumbo Jumbo. We thought it might make a good backdrop. Then we went to Flip Flop. Now I have no idea what happened with Flip Flop. When we last came, it had seats all the way around. Now it's a Febreze swinging ride. We don't really see very many Febreze ones. In fact, I'm sure someone will correct me if there is. I don't think there's another one of its type in the country. And I don't dislike it by any means. It's quite nice, it's quite pleasant, but it does lack a bit of force. It really does lack a bit of force. And now they've cut it down. They've cut it down by 12 seats. There's only 18 seats. 3 of them are out of order. And it suffers from the same sort of awkward free seat arrangement which Cliffhanger does. So the shooting tower behind us there, which you'll have seen earlier on in the vlog, only has 3 seats on each side. So people that come in pairs, you know, you end up a ride that carries 12 only holding 8, for instance, because they don't seem to fill the gaps for whatever reason. And Flip Flop's the same. You know, it's got 6 seats of free, so it's got 18, and you end up only filling 12. It's really, really strange. Now, you know, you can't do anything about that. It's up to Flamingo Land to load it. Some of the rides they've done really, really, really well on. You know, rides like Kamali, they filled without any issue. Rides like Velocity, they filled without any issue. And even Mumbo Jumbo, to some extent, they've kind of filled if they can to get single riders on it. But yeah, for those, it's really disappointing. But we just don't know what's happened with Flip Flop. I have no idea why. Maybe one of you do. Leave it in the comments if you do know why. Why did they reduce it? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. But yeah, Febreze one. Not keen, just not very forceful. Really not very forceful. Pleasant. But you want to see what they're screaming about. Pleasant, but just not forceful enough. You know, you compare it to the KMGs or even the Intamin ones. The Drayton Manor one, for instance, Maelstrom, is a fantastic ride. Absolutely fantastic, and we really, really love that. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know why the seats have gone. I don't know what the thinking of behind the arrangement. And yeah, it takes some time to get to height. When it does get to height, you do get a good ride cycle. As I said, it is pleasant. If you're in the right seat, you'll get some up and down time. If you're not in the right seat, it does suffer from the same as some of the KMG park models. Vortex comes to mind, where you're kind of stuck in the same position for the whole ride. So yeah, very, very odd. Now the boys have gone round on the balloons, as it's going to be our last ride of the day. If we can sneak on something else before 6 o'clock, we will, but I'm not sure we will. We're going to have a little walk through. We'll explain some of the changes as we walk through, because the balloons are now located over here, which is the entrance to the caravan park, which is very odd in itself. Now the balloons used to be, in fact we'll go through them now, the balloons used to be by the entrance area. As you walked into the park, you came through where the wave swinger was. That's completely gone. That's where the Pirate Show was earlier. You'll have seen clips of that. And then you kind of went down to the right, and there the balloons was just there. Where the Flamingo 1 has been built right behind us here, that has taken up a lot of space, and I mean a lot of space. Now the hub behind it looks really, really good. The arcade in there, you know, all really looks nice and fresh, and yeah, no complaints with that whatsoever. The rocking tug that was there has gone over by the entrance. You'll have seen it earlier when we went over to Hero. It's called Vortex. It's probably the best themed rocking tug ride ever, just standard rocking tug ride ever. It's really, really good. And then you'll see that the frog hopper is put between sort of the two restaurants, just on the right hand side or left hand side if you're walking up from Hero, right hand side of Cliffhanger when we walk back now. And then the carousel's gone where the balloons are the other side. Now the only thing we will say about Flamingo 1 is I was expecting it to be a bit quicker. I really was. Now we didn't queue for it today, we didn't go on it today. I was expecting the way it was advertised and the way it's really done as a Formula ride, you know, that it was going to be a bit quicker. Now I know the Blackpool one's called Grand Prix, but it has been called Grand Prix for a long, long time before they could have possibly got it a little bit quicker. But essentially it's the same ride, it's the same kind of train, same kind of track, same kind of cars, and it's the same kind of speed, and I'm a little bit disappointed. It takes up a lot of space, and I just wanted it to be a few miles an hour quicker, just to show the element of racing. But it does have the steering element to it. I didn't realise it had the steering element to it. I didn't know whether it was a race round one. I don't expect anything like test track by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, a little bit disappointed, It's not something we'll be queuing for today. It really doesn't suit what we want to do. So yeah, we'll take some shots of it as we go past, and then we'll walk back round and see if we can squeeze on something else before 6 o'clock.
I see, it can rock this way, but not sideways.
That looked really slow.
Nah. Nice breeze though.
Nice breeze.
On the round before, someone jumped out whilst it was still moving.
Brilliant.
They got shouted at.
I bet they did.
Going on no more.
It looked a bit slow. It looked faster when it was over the other side. I'm going to look at an old video. What did you think?
Really slow.
Really slow.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't that slow.
It looked quite pleasant, but I have to be honest, when it was over there, I think it used to be a lot faster. It is 6 o'clock now. We've run out of time for rides. We're going to take you around to the stage. Because the stage is where they have their shows. They got Pixie Lot here this weekend. Stage here. Oh, I thought waterfall, look. On the back of Cliffhanger. And this is the entertainment. So we'll walk round. So this is all new from when we last came, the entertainment area, and they have concerts here, they have everything. So where they got the caravan park, this is essentially the evening entertainment. I think that's why the balloons have been moved over there as well, so they can kind of be part of the evening entertainment. Rides are shut now, Cliffhanger's going for the last time, and off it goes. Right, so we're in the car, we got a bit of a trek because Flamingo Land is in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere. So we got a bit of a trek, so we thought we were summarising the car. The park was closed, they looked like they wanted us out, so it seemed the best thing to do to go over this bridge. There we go. Now then, it's the first time we've been to the park since 2013 when Hero opened, and we come up for the opening week of Hero. It was having a few problems and we found it hugely uncomfortable, but today actually we didn't find it that bad. Now it's not going to be a popular opinion because Hero is widely regarded as one of the worst coasters in recent memory, and in fact the ride type is regarded as one of the worst coasters. Don't get me wrong, you know, you put it next to Galactica Air, you know, it doesn't compare at all, but it certainly offers something different. And you know, there's been quite a lot of changes at the park since we last come. We mentioned the rides that have moved around. There's a couple have moved, there's a couple gone in the wave swinger as well, and you know, it's a bit strange. They've really gone the entertainment factor. You know, as we said, Pixie Lot's there this weekend. They have a lot of the X Factor winners and other people as well come in, so the caravan park and that must be doing really, really well, and the park are always in good profit. Now, it's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of how we fared in the park today. Generally, actually, with the rides, we've had quite a good time. You know, the rides have been really good, the ones we've got on. You know, the 4 main coasters, in fairness, are actually really good. Mumbo Jumbo, I really love. I really, really love Mumbo Jumbo. I think it's a fantastic little ride. Nothing too strenuous. It has its intense moments. You know, it's only a 1.21 height restriction, so you can get a lot of kind of smaller children on it. Really, really good. Really, really enjoy it. Kamali is the best SLC that we've got in the country. Now, as a few people have put on Facebook today, it doesn't have a lot of competition. No, you're right, it doesn't have a lot of competition. It has Infusion, which is arguably the worst, and Odyssey that kind of sits somewhere in the middle. But still, it's the best one in the country, arguably. It's quite smooth. There are a few moments on it where, you know, you probably want it a little bit smoother, but generally it's okay. Velocity, we love. Love Velocity. Now, it's definitely a Marmite coaster because we've got 2 people that don't like it and we've got 2 people that do like it, so it's definitely a Marmite coaster. I think it's amazing. You know, the trains might be a little bit ugly when they're flying around the track, but it's just so unique. It's just so unique. And then of course Hero. You know, I think looking back, the park maybe wouldn't have bought that. I don't know how well it's dragged people in, but it's all right. It was all right today. It wasn't uncomfortable, it wasn't unbearable, it certainly wasn't as I remember it. You know, the profiling on the track, for those that play Planet Coaster, and you've got that lovely smooth all button, it's like someone forgot to press it. If you've never played Planet Coaster, you must have played Roller Coaster Tycoon, and it's like the corners on there, and you haven't played either of those, then you must have heard of Minecraft at least, which it looks like it was designed on. I mean, it's very, very odd in that respect. You know, square corners, very, very sharp, very, very odd. Actually quite enjoyable today. I never thought I'd say that about Hero, because I just never thought I'd say it about Hero, but quite enjoyable today. So we quite enjoyed that there. The backup rides, you know, we've done a Flip Flop. It's all right. It's not a terrible flat ride. It's certainly not the best. It's the only February one I can think of. It's not that powerful. It probably suits the family market. I don't really know whether it suits the 1.37 height restriction it's got, which I think is massive. You know, it doesn't compare to a Freak Out at 1.2 metre, and it certainly doesn't compare to an Afterburner or even the Maelstrom at Drayton Manor, which I think is only 1.3. It's very, very odd that the seats have gone, but it's a nice little ride. You know, we went to Little Monsters. That was a great laugh. What else did we do, children? What else did we do?
Balloons.
We did the balloons, we did the Spinosaurus as well, that was quite good. We did Cliffhanger, really enjoyed Cliffhanger, that's a great little shoot tower. And I actually don't mind it drops because the drop hurts. See it from here. The drop towers actually hurt me, so I'm quite pleased now it only shoots up rather than dropping as well, so I'm alright with that. Quite a lot of changes for us, you know, we don't go to the park very often, and you know, last time we went on a busy day and the loading was horrendous, and sadly today we've gone on a busy day and the loading was horrendous. You know, the big roller coasters only have 1 train. In summer, you know, we know they have more because when we visited the park back in the day they have more. The Mumbo Jumbo is only on 3 trains, only goes around 1 at a time. Again, really slow loading, and even Hero only has 3 trains, and these ones only hold 4 people, so that was disappointing. We had to buy Fast Track for Hero. I don't like buying Fast Track, but £2 each is a relatively good buy to skip what was a 45-minute hour queue for that ride in this, you know, blistering heat that it's been today. But I think the biggest problem was the wasps. There were wasps everywhere, and I know parks have problems with wasps. I know the Merlin parks have problems with wasps because that's what people moan about on social media. but you know, you find they do something about it. You know, there's a lot of wasp traps, and you know, it's generally quite clean in the parks. We know we say Portland's is cut above, but the Merlin parks aren't too bad. You know, Flamingo Land really didn't. When we walked in, the bins were still full from the day before, so there were wasps everywhere. There was still litter on the floor, and you know, there's slush spilt on the floor, there's drinks spilt on the floor from the day before, and of course it just attracts the wasp in. We saw one wasp catcher all day in a tree that was full of wasps, absolutely full of them, and yeah, it was a real battle. It was a real struggle, and it made some of the day a little bit unpleasant, and it's something that could have been avoided. You know, you kind of accept the rides for what they are when you go for it. You even accept a few queues, and it's not really spoiled our day today, the queues. As I said, it's nice to see some animals as well. It's got a good zoo, very good zoo, Flamingo Land. It's our first vlog from the park, so I do hope you've enjoyed it. My name's Dan, this has been UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.